Hey, what's really good?
Ah,
It's your boy, Sincere Seven,
and I am Tatiana,
and we represent the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. And
the House of Genesis.
hey, and we was just having a real dope conversation,
Mm.
and a lot of people was tapping in and was getting quite interested, and we was like, we think we might need to rock this from a whole new conversation. So let's take a break. Let everybody go refill their juice, refill their tea mugs, your coffee mugs, get you another little mug of cacao, roll you up another spliff. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a grandma out there with glaucoma right now. Need that afternoon spliff.
Not the grandma with glaucoma.
I mean, who else? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, and then we gonna hop back in from scratch, from new fresh energy. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm still feeling fresh. I'm good. I was even about to eat something. I'm like, nah, I'm liking where I'm at. Let's hit reset real quick. So
I ate something. I for sure ate something. I was like, no, I need to eat. Like,
yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to function for another hour or so.
She gonna be hangry, y'all.
Pretty much.
So, dope conversation on deck, ain't it?
Yes. I believe so. Y'all seen the title? Can y'all see the title? Are y'all able to see it? Is anybody in there? Hello? If y'all in there, throw some double taps, some numbers in the frequency. Catch my frequency. What number am I thinking?
Ooh, let's start it off like that.
What number am I thinking?
I like that.
What number am I thinking? If you can guess what number I am thinking, put it in the comment. And I'm gonna wait.
You want to tell me?
Do I want to tell you?
Yeah, or no? Okay. All right. So we're gonna give a prize away to the first person who taps in
and gets it correct.
Yes,
I love
time prizes. For a giveaway.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so lucky.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna give things away.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
So there we go. So that's the first thing at hand. So we know what the conversation is. We know what we're here to discuss sorcery, mystical arts, and magic. What they are, what the similarities are, what the differences are, qualifications, things of that nature. So that's dope. But we're starting it off with a mind reading exercise. Who can tap in and tell us what number Tati has decided upon as being the number of the time?
What's the number, guys?
And we will send a gift to the individual who guesses it. All right, so we're just gonna put that out there.
We're gonna give a moment.
So what is there? How many times can people try? Just how many times?
You get 3 times.
So anybody can try 3 times.
Yep.
Okay, so that means the first 3 people to tap into it's gonna be the ones. Somebody got to get it with those probabilities, right?
Okay. Those were some really nice probabilities. Me giving you 3 chances.
Right. So what are we giving away? Our usual giveaway? Which is on my mind right now, but are you thinking something different?
No, I wasn't thinking anything different. I kind of figured that's what you was going to give away.
Oh, because I got something else too. If you thought I was just like...
You know what? I kind of thought like maybe we should do like multiple
giveaways while we're out here talking on these subjects.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm feeling kind of like giving back. Yeah. I'm definitely with that.
Okay, so for the people who are just entering in, we are asking for you guys to guess the number that I am thinking. And then we're going to give you a gift if you get it right. And you got 3 chances to guess.
I think they should only get 2 chances.
Well, babe says you only get 2, so that's what it is.
I think you should only get 2 chances.
You get 2 chances to guess the number that I'm thinking.
Because if it's 3, you're literally guessing. And we want you to actually tap in and use some of your power to actually
that would not be good.
to get and know and understand what the actual number is.
Yeah.
Right? Because I mean, it goes right into what we're talking about right now.
Exactly. So play this game with us. What number am I thinking?
Man.
Y'all know y'all want to give.
Okay, so here's a discussion. So the talk right today is about magic, mystical arts, and sorcery.
Okay.
And all things concerning.
Okay.
So there's going to be some things brought up that might not actually be in that title. Okay.
Okay.
What, you like my
your little
my
warlocky little.
Yeah. All right. So.
I miss what y'all been talking about.
People,
we ain't been talking about nothing.
Reading, we just getting started.
We just getting started. So that was the first thing we started to talk about was guess the number I'm thinking.
Right. So the squirrel's at the door.
Hey, squirrel.
Right. That's a whole nother conversation right there. Okay. So we're telling people we're going to give them a prize if they're able to tap in and read the number that you have determined as being the number of this discussion, right?
Yes.
So my question is the ability to actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it magic, mystical arts, or sorcery?
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm just asking.
I don't think that it's.
I think that's a very dope question. Exactly. Exactly.
I think it's mystical arts. That's me personally. I think it's mystical arts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, definitely mystical arts. You know what I'm saying?
So.
Oh yes, guess a number from 1 to 100. My bad, y'all. Duh. I guess I should have gave y'all a range of what I'm thinking about, huh? So yes, guess any number from 1 to 100, and you'll get a gift. If you get it right, you get 2 chances. 2 shots.
Oh no! If it's 1 to 100, you can get them 3 chances. Yeah. Because we kind of started off the fly, so we didn't really. I was just like, you know what I mean, just give them 2 chances just cause. But if you go get, I think 3 chances is given. 1 to 100. She said 23 or 47. I like how she just used 2 of her chances real quick. Like
I'm cracking up. Yes.
Either one of these. I'm sure it was one of these. Right? Like she just jumped in. I like that. I ain't gonna lie. I like that. That was some real I know it's either one of these, and that's really how you want to feel. How you want. You know what I'm saying?
To get the momentum going.
Yo.
Yeah.
Oh man, so you think that ability is magic, huh?
I think it's mystical art.
You think it's mystical arts? Okay. So
no, it's not magic.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think.
So watch this. I'm a freak it out, y'all. Watch this shit. Watch this. So, are the gifts and the abilities that one is born with still falling under the categories of magic, mystical arts, and or sorcery?
That's why I was like, no, you want some bullshit originally, because it's like these things are just like some shit just intuition. Like that's just, you know what I'm saying? Like this just born nature. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to sit up here and be just limiting it.
I mean, I'm just asking questions.
You limiting it?
I ain't had no limit in there. It was just the natural juices that it came with.
You limiting it?
No, I'm asking questions.
All right, cool.
So I'm leaving it open for people. That's all I've been doing the whole time. Cause see, what we're doing is we're tapping into a person's magical mindset. Mm-hmm. Right? Do you need a magical mindset to practice magic? What?
Do you need a magical mindset to practice magic?
That was the question.
No, but there are rules. No, but there are rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to have a magical mindset, but there are fucking rules. So if you don't have a magical mindset, then sit your ass down.
So then you probably...
And that's just that.
Me personally, I think you probably need a magical... Okay. Oh, you know what? This goes back to the discussion we had earlier. It's levels to this shit.
Usually.
Okay.
Usually.
So do you need a magical mindset to practice which magic? Because there's some very simple magic. Right? Let's talk about some of the simple. And we're going to get into the discussion. What's the difference of magic?
I'm getting stressed out about this conversation already. Like, my fucking anxiety is literally sitting right here in the pit because
why?
y'all got me fucked up.
Oh my goodness.
This is, I feel like, a very serious and sensitive topic for me.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
But how often do we dive into it and dissect it like this?
Man, it's hitting me in those special spots.
As
like, what the fuck? And with that being said, I'll be back.
Okay. Now, me personally, I want this to hit you in those spots. I want you to be able to understand why I'm asking these questions. Me personally, and I'll touch on it when she comes back, but I feel like you do need a magical mindset to practice magic. One of the foundating parts of your magic is the knowledge that your magic is powerful. Is what would the word I be? Is productive. It'll actually work. If you don't feel like, think, and believe it'll actually work, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. Now, again, this depends on what type of magic that you're dealing with. Let's be real clear. That's why I wanted to ask the question of what is your idea of the differences between magic, mystical arts, and sorcery? This is the reason for the question. Not just so I can come and give you an answer and say that's the answer, but so that we could learn how to open up and actually explore the realm of magic, mystical arts, and sorcery with the mindset that'll be functional for us moving forward. Yeah? Sound like it makes sense? So there was a point in time that I came to in my growth and development with studying magic. And I had said, okay, you can only study so much without practicing. If you really want to study, you have to practice. If you think that this isn't as effective as it is, you have to practice it in an effective way, feeling, thinking, and believing that it would be effective. Because my approach to magic was as a skeptic. So I'm like, man, if it's really like that, let me see. Right? But it wasn't no revealing itself like, oh, just so you'll believe in me, no, it's not like that. So I had to actually approach it from the point of view of the individual who wasn't sure if this is really something that exists. So it was quite difficult for me to continue to study it without practicing it. But I knew once I went into practicing it that I had to practice it as an individual of the arts. And lo and behold, what would you know? Everything that I started doing started working. So I'm at a point where at that time, now it's like, okay, well, you're seeing that some of the more simpler things that you were doing were working. So is this coincidence? Is this placebo? Maybe you should go a little deeper and like to give yourself some real controlled, like, okay, this is, if this comes out to work, like there's no doubt about it. It just works. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So now I've lost the skepticism at this time in my growth and development. I lost the skepticism that I had, and now I'm ready to run like full speed ahead. Like I'm ready to join, I'm ready to do, I'm ready to, right? Because now I'm seeing the reality. And so I went to move to another level, and I was instructed to read a book. Like, yo, before you go into this next level of practice and this and that, you need to read this book. And I was like, all right, because it wasn't like a magic book that was teaching. It was a storybook. It was like a what y'all call them? What y'all call storybooks? Novels.
Okay.
Novels. It was a novel. I'm like, the fuck. All right, I'd be questioning shit, but I also am gonna follow the instructions of a teacher or a coach or whatever. So go ahead and start reading the book. And the first 5 minutes of reading the book, I'm going, what the fuck is this? And why would somebody tell me to read this? Oh no, I'm not finna read this shit. What the fuck is going? Like, I had a real issue with it, and I'm like, all right, shut the fuck up. And I had to take a break, step away, and come back to the book.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, just shut the fuck up and read the book. And I read the book, and I was never the same again.
Isn't that funny how that happens?
It opened up a different part of my consciousness to things that was not open before. And I understood at that time why I was instructed to read this book before going into these practices. The majority of us have been miseducated by Western education system so much that even the ability to comprehend some of the things that would be spoken about, asked to do, asked to see, asked to think about, it would have been like, wait, what? There was like how I said, when the book started, immediately, I was like, oh, this is some bullshit, right? Immediately. But it was like after reading the book, it was like once the change was made, I was like, yo, I see why I was like that.
Right.
I see it. So there's no shame at all. But it's like, damn, but I also see now what the necessity was of having a magical mindset to be able to conceive some of the things that we'll speak about, talk about, go into.
Yes.
So
what was the book?
You already know what book it was. The same one we tell people to read.
Oh, that book is the
one that fucks your mind too.
That book is a fucking mind.
Yeah.
Fuck. Hey. Oh my God.
Hey. Get a consultation. Speak with us one-on-one. Tell us where you're trying to go. And if you need to know about that book,
right? Because it's definitely not.
Because it ain't just like we're just gonna throw it out there. Like, hey, go read this. All of y'all go read. No,
it's not even.
Everybody don't need to read that book.
Yeah, but everybody can't even comprehend that book.
Well, that is interesting because our last talk was religion versus spirituality.
Yes,
and then we went into how some spiritual people's religion is magic. Okay, so when you think about religion and how religion sounds to an individual that isn't part of that religion.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. See how we did that? See how we did that?
He always trying to find a way for me not to be horn niggas.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm
you know what I'm saying? If a little mercy is needed, I can give you an understanding of why.
Yes, I love it. Oh, these bugs is itching.
This magic that she be, this tea that she be making is magic.
Yes, now that's for sure.
With intentions.
Yes.
So let's. You want to go ahead and talk about the magic, the mystical
herbs? What we was waiting on?
I don't know. I think we were just kind of having like a little introduction.
Oh, we was having fun. Oh, well, we did have one person that played the game, and
that can keep going.
Oh, we gonna let it keep going?
Then we'll let it keep going.
Okay.
Until we get to the end of it.
All right.
And beyond, because if nobody guesses by the end of it, we'll watch the comments.
Oh.
We never know when somebody's gonna tell us. You know what I'm saying? What somebody, All
right.
I'll say the limit is 3 per day. Ooh. Oh, so if nobody guesses it today and you guess today, you can come back and guess again tomorrow.
What?
Yep.
How many days you gonna let people come guess?
Until somebody gets it. This video will be 2 years old. And somebody
fucking right.
What you mean? Yeah, right.
I'm not playing with you.
You not? What you want to make? What you want to reveal it at the end of it? At the end of the video?
No, but I'm saying
some people watch our videos a week or 2 later.
Yeah, but you think ain't nobody gonna get it by then? You don't think nobody gonna get it right from now until 2 weeks from now?
I'm just saying, if it doesn't, I'm just letting it be. Ain't that why they make certain rules and laws? In case worse things go worse, we still have spoke on it. Even if you don't expect it, we spoke on it.
Okay.
So, magic, mystical arts, and sorcery.
You're messing with my nervous system here, boy.
What are the difference? So okay. So how do we want to break this down for our viewers?
Easy enough for a
child to understand it. So let's go in reverse then.
What it start with? What start with?
What the numbers start with? Hell no, they funny. They funny. He was at 222. I like that. She said what it start with. You tried it. You tried it. You feel me? Okay, we got some guesses coming out. Magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. Okay. So we're gonna go in reverse. So I'm gonna go through each one of them. We're gonna give a description. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the next one until we get to the very end, and then we're gonna do a recap. Sound good?
I think I got a little sleepy.
So the first one is sorcery.
Okay.
Because we're going to reverse.
Yes. Okay.
So
let me get me some tea.
Sorcery is tapping into a entity or a source of power for one's personal usage. Keeping it as simple as we can. Okay?
Yeah.
So, when people say, in Jesus' name, amen, they are in fact dealing with sorcery. A lot of Christians are sorcerers. And they might not use that word, but when they are praying over you in the name of, they are tapping into a certain source for their energy to be able to pass on whatever blessings, prayers, messages. When they say, God told me to tell you, they are dealing with sorcery. This is what sorcery is. The root word of sorcery is source.
Hello.
So there are quite a bit of sorcerers out here who are not even aware that they're sorcerers. When you are speaking to be moving, teaching, speaking, passing through blessings of any source from or in connection with Oshun, this is sorcery. Papa Legba or Eshu, this is sorcery. Ogun, this is sorcery. Jesus Christ, this is sorcery. Now your feelings about whether sorcery is right or wrong is a whole nother topic, but we're just right now speaking on, again, the differences between magic, mystical arts, and sorcery, and just kind of clarifying, like, you know, how we see things and sometimes how we miss out on seeing the whole picture. So I just want a real, real clear understanding of what we're talking about when we speak on sorcery. Okay, so that's the first one. You got anything you want to add on?
No,
about sorcery?
I definitely feel the same about sorcery. I definitely feel like it is you tapping into the energy outside of yourself to pull in for whatever ritual you're performing.
And again, I don't see it as a negative thing.
No, not at all.
You just have to be very aware of the sources that you're tapping into, and what is expected back from you.
There's always a
ancestral work is sorcery, y'all. Let me just, have, again, open up some clarity. If you practice any type of ancestral work, you are practicing sorcery. When you leave those plates on your altar, are they not for a source? Are they not for an exchange in from a source? So, ancestral works is sorcery. Okay. So a lot of people like to envision, think, or only play sorcery on somebody evil. That's tapping into an evil source to bring about works. That's not the case at all. Okay. Um Sorcery. So ancestral, yeah, all these different works being sorcery. I just wanted to point those things out. Sorcery is a negative or positive. Oh, the other thing I wanted to point out, for those of y'all who were fans of DMX, DMX has an excellent song. Actually, it's continued on like three albums, where he had a misunderstanding of the power and the sorcery that he was utilizing, and what happened from that source wanting its payment back. So if you think about DMX having that song about Damien, right? Hey, what he say? He said, yo, I ain't asked you for shit. Oh, yes, you did. When you really needed something you allowed me to give. You sold me your soul when you didn't say no. So something, 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 and give me what you owe. Right? So it was him, as we know, art reflecting life, life reflecting art, him kind of speaking on some of the things that he's taken part in and accepted, and how it feels to him about his soul because of the source that these things was coming from, and him knowing that he was going to have to atone for those things, pay those things back. This is why sorcery is one of those ones you want to be real careful if you're dealing with. You need to have a real understanding of the sorcery that you're dealing with, the source that your relationship is being bonded with. Because if it's not on the up and up, if it's not for the betterment of man, the betterment of yourself, the betterment of your family, then you'll find yourself being in a situation to where now it will use those, possibly can use those things against you to continue this relationship, and then becomes parasitic. Sorcery should be symbiotic. If you're going to practice sorcery, your rules, regulations, all of these things needs to be very, very clear. If not, you will find yourself quite possibly in a parasitic relationship, and that is very detrimental, especially for your spirit, your soul, with dealing with something like that on a spiritual level. Because you got to think about dealing with that type of thing on a financial level. Somebody who knows something about you, or has something against you, or has a fear, has something that they can use a fear on you, and now they're leaning onto your bank account. Until what? Until you're depleted, you're broke. Now you have no more. So think about that in the spiritual realm. Think about that with your boom. Think about that with all of the things that we might utilize, or pay attention to, or operate within your spiritual or your magical realms. Imagine somebody depleting that. That would be, I mean, it could mean all of the negative things, all the way up into the worst. Let's just keep it 100. So when we talk about sorcery, I tell people be very careful. A lot of people like to say shit like, "Oh, I ain't gotta learn nothing. I ain't gotta be taught. I can just think it, and I can just do it, and it'll happen." And I leave people with free will. So you won't hear me say nothing directly to these people. But if they were students of mine, I tell them, "Yo, watch what you say." Because those things can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just you speaking that out loud. Imagine an entity on some DMX shit. That's basically what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I ain't asked you for shit. Oh, yes, you did. When you really needed something, you allowed me to give. You know what I'm saying? You showed me your soul when you didn't say no. So now it's time to pay. Give me what you owe, right? This is what we're talking about. When you say, I don't need to practice, I don't need to tap in, I can just do, and these things will work. That very well may be true, but there may be another entity behind those works. This will feed into the ego of the works. So be careful about sorcery because you might end up falling into the wrong, utilizing the wrong source. That's what we're basically saying. Now, all right. So ask and ye shall receive. Uh that's a nice thought, Brandon. But you gotta ask yourself, who are you receiving from? That's kind of, where we're going with that. So you can look at it as like just asking you shall receive, but if you're not sure of where the where what who or what you're receiving from, then you can place yourself in a place of compromise. You might compromise yourself, and that can be dangerous, can be questionable, can be all of those things, right? All right. So we said we was going to reverse magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. So I think we didn't tap into sorcery. We didn't spoke about that quite a bit. Anybody got any questions on sorcery? Who's that? Nuga, Era Join, 222, Brandon. We got a couple people tapped in. All right. So mystical arts, one of my favorite. Mystical arts. Mystical arts is different from sorcery. It can be, watch how I say this. It can be referred to as a type of sorcery because the earth would be the source from the energy that we're usually, and this is in terrestrial terms. Let me just be very clear. We're speaking terrestrial here. So if you went to another planet, your mystical arts would not be based off of terrestrial teachings. I just want to be very clear. You know what I'm saying? This video is timeless and spaceless. So in another dimension, what I'm saying would be questioned, which is why I want to be very clear. So mystical arts could be referred to as sorcery of the earth, using the earth and the power within her. Now, the difference is you're not, how do I say, siphoning the energy from her. You are becoming one with her to become one with the elements to utilize the powers from within the actual arts. Does that make sense? Are y'all following with me? Because remember, she said, make it simple enough so a child could understand. So I'll say it like this. Mystical arts is a person who is tapping into the earth's energies and utilizing those energies for their actions. There we go. We made it a lot more simple. That would be mystical arts. So, what do I mean by that? A lot of us who read have read the book Alchemy. No, The Alchemist. All right. How many of y'all read The Alchemist? If you read The Alchemist, put a 1 in the comment section. If you read the book The Alchemist, there was a part in there, and just so y'all know, that's another art that I want to talk about, but I ain't gonna get too lost. Okay, okay. We got a 1 in the comment section. You read The Alchemist, one of my favorite books. I've heard a lot of people who read it, that be one of their favorite books. But in The Alchemist, there's a part where the was it bandits or some people of power had the youth, and to let him go, they was threatening to kill him, but the only way they was going to let him go was if he turned himself into the wind. The very act of asking the individual to turn himself into the wind is seeing them as a mystical artist. This is not sorcery. This is not magician. This is mystical arts. Now, again, if you want to call it sorcery of the earth because you're using the earth as the source, I'm not going to argue with you. But this is the qualification of the mystical arts. he tapped in and he turned himself into the wind. The wind blew that way. He was the wind, so he went that way. And then he allowed himself to tap out of being part of the wind. And then he was on the other side of the mountain or the scape or whatever it was. This is what we would refer to as a mystical arts. Okay? So, and that's why I wanted to be real specific about the earth. Because if you watch things like Doctor Strange, they're tapping into sorcery. Their mystical arts practices are utilized on the planet. You see where they open up the magic. They use magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. If you watch the Doctor Strange movies, they talk about them. They talk about sorcery that's being used. They talk about mystical arts being used. And they talk about magic being used. Mystical arts is tapping into the earth and the powers and the energies within her and utilizing them. Is magic is more forceful. It's more altering the energies that already exist, whereas mystical arts is becoming one with the energies. So magic is like magic is doing a rain dance. So even though nature is saying we're going to be dry, you're doing a rain dance to invoke the rain, which starts the rain. That's magic. Mystical arts is I'm going to become one with humidity. I'm going to become one with the water in the sky and in the clouds, and I'm going to utilize it, and I'm going to bring myself down to the earth. So in doing that, you're going to cause rain to fall. That's mystical arts. Sorcery would be to pray to the heavens that be or to your God to cause it to rain. That would be sorcery. You see the differences? You see how those three things are different? One is manipulation of energy, one is becoming one with energy, and the other is utilizing a total different energy for what it is that you want to manifest, for what it is that you want to bring forward, right? So now when you're looking at those things, no, you're good. You can understand sometimes you could be doing both. Sometimes you could be doing one or the other. Sometimes you could be practicing sorcery and mystical arts, but not doing magic. Other times you could be doing magic, but not doing no sorcery, no mystical arts. You can mix them up. You could be doing all three. And then you could be doing none, which brings me back to your gifts and your abilities. Mm-hmm. I personally think that those are different than magic, mystical arts, and sorcery.
Well, yeah, I agree with that.
You agree with that?
Excuse me, but that's why I said you was on some bullshit when you was like, you asked me if something was magic or whatever, because when we get into
reading minds,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because it's like some things is like, you know, this is my gifts. I have this gift. I am an intuitive being. I know what you're thinking type of thing or whatever, you know. And then it's like some things it's like, no, everybody don't have the same gift. So I don't think that everybody can be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I could do that too or whatever. But it's like,
but some can. And not from the gift that they have,
but from
proper teaching.
Oh.
Because that would actually be mystical arts.
Okay.
I'm just tapping into your energy now instead of the earth's. Mm-hmm. The same way, if I'm intuitive and I can tap into the earth's energy and I can read the vibrations of the earth, I can tap into your energy and read your vibrations. And we all know vibrations create rhythms, which create frequencies, which create harmonies, which create records. So when you go into the Akashic records and you just allow these records to play, and you hear the music of a person's soul, mm-hmm. and you know them just like you know a person that you've read their entire book about what they went through and what they. That's why you be reading motherfuckers they ass when you go through your shit, because you tapping in. See, it's mystical arts. So some of us have this intuitively,
Yeah.
And some of us have this as a mystical arts practice.
That's what I was gonna say, practice.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I want to talk about these things so that we can have more understandings on these different.
So you've broken down sorcery.
Yes, we went to sorcery.
Okay, and now we are breaking down mystical art.
Yeah, we had just finished going through mystical arts.
And then now it's magic.
Yeah, I kind of gave the brief one
I'm
about
right on
magic.
time.
Yeah, magic is more of, you manipulating energy
Yes.
to bring about the desired want.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your favorite? Magic, mystical arts, sorcery? Do you have a favorite? Do you practice any or all of them? What you want to talk about? Which, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you was gone for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I needed to
regroup, catch yourself, go through some things.
Yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yes. I like all of the above.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like all of the above, and I practice all of the above. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't have no favorite though.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Nah. No, I don't think I have a favorite.
So where does alchemy fit in there, y'all?
Now here you go.
I mean, I said there was other things that was going to be discussed and threw out there that might not have been in the title. I hear a lot of people talking about alchemy.
Like turning lead into gold alchemy or cooking dinner alchemy.
Child pray.
Not child pray.
I'm just saying. It's like these things are spoken about so loosely. And it's like, all right, I'll say this though. I do understand that children need to play before they discover. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of playing with terms right now. There's a lot of claiming of things that right now are kind of just being played with. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's okay. I'm okay. Because once children play, they discover.
Ashe.
And once they discover, they start to learn.
Ashe.
So when we look at it like that, right? As a alchemist, a magician, a mystical artist, a medicine man, a shaman, as all of these different things, I try to keep my judgments real loose. If you're in integrity and you're genuine and you're authentic, explore, play, discover, because then you'll learn.
Okay.
I mean, how did I get it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I did have teachers. Mm-hmm. I did have individuals of scribes before me who have walked paths to go to for leadership, for guidance. But there was also a lot of playing and discovery and learning on my own.
So that's how all of mine was. Everything was play and discovery and learning. I didn't have anyone that was like, do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, or nothing like that. It was just kind of like, I just was pushed into the universe like, oh yeah, by the way, you're capable. And I was like, oh, of what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I capable of? Because people always talk about these different powers, abilities, and things like that. And they're never really telling you, well, what is yours? So you have to cultivate that within yourself.
And see, that's
through
what
that discovery and play.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. No, that was it. I was just...
And that's kind of what I be saying when people, ask about mentorship. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I don't want to mentor you. I don't want to teach you because the things that you are able to do, I myself can't probably do.
Right.
Your gifts and your abilities belong to you. Now, I can help you to find those gifts and abilities. I can help you to even exercise to strengthen those gifts and abilities, but I can't teach you how to use them because they're only yours. And I only tap into them temporarily to be able to give you the understanding of who you are, to show you yourself, so to speak. And then after that, it's all yours, But I do think that it's very important for us to be able to understand that you have gifts and you have abilities, and those are two different things as well.
I was about to say, what's the difference between gifts and abilities?
So gifts are, how do I say this? Gifts are things that you are given to assist you in your journey. Abilities are things to assist you in exercising your duty, your responsibility. That's why I call it responsibility, because you got to respond to your ability. So your gifts, you can keep them, you can use them, you can not use them, you can pay attention to them, you can strengthen them, you can forget them about. But your abilities, that has a lot to do with why you are here. Why you're here. You need to respond to those abilities. Now, if you don't want to use your gifts, that's on you. That's why it's a gift. You can use it or not. But your abilities, you are not to ignore those.
You got to answer that call.
Those are given to you for everybody.
Okay.
You have to respond to that. Your gifts, you can use them or not. It's optional.
But your ability is standard procedure.
That's part of the reason you motherfucking here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they'll be a little different. You know what I'm saying? Then you got like relics or different things that you'll utilize in your walk through your journey.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So these are different, right? But this is why it's really important to pay attention to both of them, because if you don't respond to your abilities, then you're always going to be faced with challenges and downfalls, because you're never going to be on the right path, so nothing's ever going to work for you. Okay. So a lot of people who shit just won't work is because they're ignoring their abilities. Period. That's it. You get in alignment with that, everything will start working right better again.
How do you find your abilities? How do you know what your abilities are?
Ooh-wee. So, all right. Here at the Cycle Down Academy in Detroit, you feel me? We got a way of, how do you, mode, what do they call it? Standard operating procedures.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mode of operation is like, this is where you start tapping into these different realms of the microdose, and they're using different entheogens, having these different integrations, these walks, because they'll start to reveal certain things within you. Some things start as patterns. Some things start as things that you'll see in your dream realms. Some people will just have literally things coming to them while they sit in there. So it's different. It's different for everybody. It's not the same across the board, right? Just like your gifts and abilities are different than everybody. So the way that you might come amongst them, but there'll be certain things that'll speak to you. It might be getting into nature. It's like you got to call the nature, and it's like, okay, so we start doing more and more things in nature. Then while we in nature, you might be microdosing, and you hearing the animals. Then you might start, and you start to realize, okay, your gift is to blah blah, right? Whereas somebody else, they might have an attunement or a pull, or, and I'm gonna tell you like this: I've not seen anybody's human design yet clash with who they are, their duties while they're here. Keep in mind that these are some of the things that are included when we talk about magic and mystical arts and sorcery that people are unaware of, that are connected. Astrology is part of magic and mystical arts and sorcery. Astronomy and astrology, they go hand in hand. Your human design is part of that. Your gene keys is part of that. Your name is the first magical spell that's ever been practiced on you.
That's so interesting. Have you known, like, do you know what your name means? That's what I was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? In order to understand what magic has been put upon you. Do you know the meaning of your name?
Your name is the first magical spell that has been placed upon you.
And that's so funny, because when I think about like what my name is, what it means or whatever, it's like, that's a funny spell. Nah, That's a pretty funny spell.
It is. It is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the foundation for a lot of trauma. So this is why a lot of people change their last names. This is generational curses, traumas. This is magic that's been placed on you of ownership. If you don't have that ability to break that consciously, some people have to go through that in a way of like changing their name.
Yeah.
To literally separate that contract of ownership.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that names is a very, very deep magic. Yeah. Now, let's look at it. Spelling, curse, cursive, spelling in cursive, writing a curse. Your name is spelled out. There's energy to every letter. This is the first magical spell that was conducted upon you. Excuse me, y'all. Talk to him. Oh, excuse me. No, you
peace,
good.
Peace.
You good, bro.
You did good. You did right. So, he's talking about, just what was the last thing you had said, babe?
That your name is the first magical spell.
The first magical spell placed upon you being your name. Tatiana means beautiful girl. And for a long time I didn't know it until I became an adult. I'm like, what does my name mean? I didn't even think about the resonance of those type of things, coming up, because that's not what we are taught. And so peace. So yeah, being able to resonate with that, it's like, oh wow, like I am a beautiful girl. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad was very intentional. He told me, like, that's why I talked about that before. Me not having any trauma associated with my name, because my father told me, you know what I'm saying, why he named me Tatiana, where he got the name from, and he told me about him dreaming about me and how he always knew that I was gonna be, and all of these things. Like my dad was like very proud, to have me, to be my father. He was very honored, and I knew that,
and that's still with you to this day, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. And so it's like, so the things that me and him have went through and me and him have experienced or whatever, like it, like all of that don't even matter. It's like I know like who he is and what his intentions truly were. You know what I'm saying? That, and it makes me have so much peace, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like our physical can't always do the job, or we're doing exactly what the job is, even if everybody isn't understanding of it, right? And yeah, like yeah. Anyway.
You know what's magic for me? Smoking a blunt during live.
Yeah.
Because it's like the live don't start until we smoke the magic wand.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like this whole time we've been going, I feel like once we spark this, the energy's gonna change and it's gonna get jumping on.
So you know what's so funny is because like I've always been a pretty intentional smoker. Like I told him before, before getting with him, I really wasn't a social smoker, meaning like I went wherever I went with my old weed, and if anybody was talking about some match one, I'd be like, okay, well, you roll up, I'm gonna roll up, and we match. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna smoke mine, you go smoke yours, and we're matching. And then when I got with him, it was kind of like that same thing, and he kind of taught me his ways of making sure I'm the person to pass him the blunt, as well as having an understanding of what is happening, you know what I'm saying, during this ceremony. Okay, because this is a ceremonial thing that is happening as we are congregating, passing this blunt amongst each other, depending on what the conversation is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's a bonding piece. You know what I'm saying? It's a sacrament. It's fun. So yeah, like I became even more intentional, and like if he leaves to go out of town, you know what I'm saying, I'd be like, can you roll me a couple blunts? Like that's gonna be a long time that I'm gonna have to go without your magic. Like that's not gonna work, because I don't roll our blunts. You know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, he'd be like, damn, can I get some of your magic? I'd be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but that's not my job, like for real. Like, and I don't mean it like that.
No,
But
you're
I
right.
do like,
Because I've been intentional with rolling for so long. Like
yeah.
as a magician, like every blunt literally is an intentional,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of magic put into it. And it's like this is part of what we do around here.
And I don't smoke weed with people. So like when other people be rolling blunts or whatever, like he already know. Like I hit that motherfucker first, and depending on who it is, and I'll be like, I either give him the yay or the nay or whatever,
But I
or
want
he'll
y'all to be
do it.
very aware. I don't know if y'all heard her say that we're very intentional for her to pass me the blunt.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of magic. That's part of magic. Intentional, ritual, ritual. We are dealing with this sacred plant medicine, and we're putting out a mood spell. Like we're because let me tell you, we do it on purpose. We captivate an audience and bring them in and just kind of just knock off the rough edges,
Yeah.
smooth shit out, and just have an energy. Like we that's what we do.
Yes.
We hold space.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We big people, our spirits. So we'll just intentionally just grab it, round it out, make sure everybody comfortable, and make sure everybody gets the best.
Yes.
When we're smoking, she always passes me the blunt.
Every time.
The only time that's different is if it's somebody else's blunt. Because it's their magic. That's they spell. I'm going to leave that to them. I ain't going to trip.
And but sometimes even still, I still be the one that give it to
right,
them.
Right. We'll be like, nah, pass it to her. I'll tell you, know. But that is the one where it'll be like, I ain't changed the rotation because it was somebody else shit. We was here. I ain't want to make a big deal out of it. But I'm saying all that to say a lot of times, like what she was saying about magic, is people be doing magic and don't be aware of it. People be doing magic and don't be aware of it. You know what I'm saying? That's what dating is. That's what dating is, y'all.
Dating is magic?
Dating is magic. If you rub,
I've never dated.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to start dating you. Yeah, man.
I mean, we've dated, but I'm saying like
not a lot though. Not for real. Like on some, we went out on dates, but we haven't dated.
Yes.
Yeah, we dated last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was magical.
It was.
It was an actual individual playing an actual instrument.
Oh wait.
Yeah, real magic. What's what? Talk
that
to
was
me.
that was. Oh my God! But let me tell y'all about this one time.
Okay, time to fire up the blunt. We about to now we're getting the live start. How long we in? It's been 57 minutes. We just get started. Okay.
Listen. Okay, so one time he took me on a date, y'all, right? And I didn't know what was going on. Just to be honest, like I didn't even know, where we was going, how everything was gonna go, right? And he got us a driver, okay? And when he got us a driver, this is when we had the van. He's like, no, I'll drive our vehicle. You know what I'm saying? And we had the van. And he took this table, okay? He took all of the seats in the van and put the seats down. And it was just the back row left. And he took this table and he put the fucking table,
the living room table, in the van,
in the middle of the van, okay? And he had the wine cooler,
bucket of ice,
with the bucket of ice inside, like the ice inside of the bucket, okay? He had the fucking wine. He had the incense holder and the incense. He had a trash can for the blunt guts. He had an ashtray. Okay, and all of this is for the ride.
For the ride.
This is for the ride to the day. This man had a table, the wine cooler with the ice, the wine glasses, the incense holder, the trash can, the blunts already rolled. I was like, oh my God, yes. And I'm thinking that we was about to just go downtown to the work, because this the date right here. Okay, because I'm already set. I'm about to top you off right now, nigga. We good. Like,
driver looking in the rear view.
This is good. Okay, I ain't even looking for nothing else because I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take a lot. Those intentions,
man,
was everything, right? So we riding and we just vibing, and it's like I'm all giggly and shit. I'm taking pictures and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And we pull up to what is now our favorite restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And we get out and we get to the bar and we had a fucking grand time. And we had drinks and we laughed and we mingled with the staff. And now these people are like, these are people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you this because this is magic. He was so intentional with the day. He was so intentional, like, and it was like, damn, or whatever. So I can only imagine when he's like, no, I'm about to date you. I can only imagine what that's about to look like because I've already been able to be with him for so long. He knows what I like. You know what I'm saying? And he like to do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just he ain't never had to do that type of shit. He ain't never really did that type of shit. And then be like, damn, you is that type of nigga, ain't you? Like that shit in there. It's so fucking cool. Like,
Man,
yeah, that was one of the best dates.
As a man and a magician, I feel like, you know, women and magician and magic and what they do and what we do is a little different, right? So it's like, like how I be saying, the woman run the streets, the man run the streets.
Yeah.
I mean, the woman run the home, the man run the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I think about magic, and I think like women's magic, y'all good with the herbs and with the salves and the food, the kitchen witching. That's another.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Right. But like all the different magic y'all do, to turn the things that we bring to y'all into something most valuable. I feel like our magic is to bring you all's experiences and just turn those into magic. It's kind of like motivating the magic in y'all so y'all can keep doing the magic with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So fellas, if you call yourself a magician, your dating game and the magic in that and the sex magic is two of the places that you need to be at least well versed in.
No, let me tell you something. Listen, ladies, let me tell y'all something. Get fucking hip real quick. Get fucking hip.
I think she about to tell on us.
If you ever in your life come across a man that one intentionally speaks to your womb and that two makes you tea while you're on your period and sits in the bathroom while you're in the tub the entire time. Run, bitch! Run! Run, bitch! It's a setup. He got some shit.
That's
he got some
shit. No.
He got some shit. Run!
Oh shit! Not run.
Run!
To his arms.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
deep into him.
You feel me?
Deep into him. Because it is a setup for someone that really cares for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's unconditional love because it's like, I ain't pressed to get no pussy. I'm really trying to have an intimate moment with you. I'm really trying to build a relationship and a bond with you. You know what I'm saying? And I had never in my life had a man literally lay his head on my womb and talk to my womb and literally like introduce himself like, hey bitch, I'm gonna be sliding my dick up in there real soon. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like bitch, introduce yourself to the queen. Introduce yourself to the queen. You know what I'm saying? Like I had never experienced that before. And I remember telling my best friend, like, bitch, that's a different type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of magic. You know what I'm saying? That's a different and I was very receptive of it because I had already known. It had already been made clear. He had already said it. It was just kind of like we was playing a game or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was all real. You know what I'm saying? It was all real. You know, and it was all divine. It was so crazy how everything unfolded literally within a year. Like we did it in a year. We was like, nigga, ain't nobody fucking with us. We did that shit in a year.
COVID,
You know
what
what
was
I'm
it,
saying?
2020, yeah? The
Yeah.
COVID year.
2020. And we almost had a whole lot of shit done in a year, but they paused us down for some shit. Like, hold on,
We
y'all
met,
moving
got
too
together,
fast.
got pregnant with Sweet Baby, and then birthed her out.
Yep.
She came, what, December 25th?
Yes, we no, she came December 24th. I don't know why
24th.
I know you have a 25th.
I don't know why I keep.
I know why you do
all
it.
the babies I got. You got to forgive me if I throw one day off. December 24th. But the point is, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, she came right before the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
like
we pulled all that off.
We got together at the beginning of the year.
And all of this shit was prophesized.
Yes.
This is not something that we would advise. That's something we was talking about the other day.
Okay, but you know what? This is those stories that people be like, I met my partner online. You know what I'm saying? And we've been together forever. That's literally, if you like to be
I
on
see
some
it
real
differently
shit.
Though. It's because so much is included. I see it as one of them like
our shit
it was written.
Yes, absolutely.
It was too much shit together.
But so was theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like their story is just maybe not as magical. Maybe the magical piece is only that they met online and it was fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, ours have like a whole lot of blocks because it's a Lego. I'm just saying, like, in general, because I'm saying other people. Because
I don't feel like it could be compared.
Ooh.
I'm just being honest. I don't feel like it was. Look, we got prophecies in our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got the connections of the other, like
the places that we've
lived. Yeah, come on, like the shit's just. You know, when they say too much coincidence, it's no coincidence.
It is like our shit.
Like it's too much fucking. Just for me, the prophecy of Sweet Baby, hands down by 3 to 4 different people, years before the shit happened on both of our sides. That's enough.
So for him, it was people coming to him telling him. For me, it was literally me seeing her. You know what I'm saying? Like me talking to, like me knowing, like, oh no, like I would tell everybody, like, oh, I got a baby girl in the ether, she coming, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I would be saying this because I was in relationships with women. You know what I'm saying? So I was I was letting these bitches know, like, listen, I know that, you know, this is what we doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's real fun. You know, I like it, you know.
And the women that I was in relationships with was making it clear that they're telling me you have a daughter on the way, but they're also not bringing forth children. Yeah. These women was not even in the, they was letting me know, like, I don't know who is with it. It ain't with me, of course, but you got a daughter on the way, nigga. And I'm going, wait a minute. But
what's so funny is they both ended up having daughters, though, too.
Who?
Divine got another daughter, too.
No. That wasn't who was telling me.
Oh.
It was Heaven.
Oh, Heaven and okay. Yes.
So it's like both my women and stuff. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's too much. So this ain't magic, mysticals, or sorcery. This just shit just written in the stars.
Yeah.
There's some of that shit that we be talking about, like we be knowing about it, but we have no earthly idea.
You know, and it really takes for the elder for her to talk about it. Like every time she talk about it, she be on our ass, man. Like she be on our ass, like, man, ain't nobody trying to hear what y'all saying. Like, and it would be funny, like anytime when I would go to her and have my emotional spats or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She was like, y'all are together for a reason. Like, y'all have a divine purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to hear nothing you talking about. And I used to have to surrender to that so much because I could feel it. You know, it's like fighting against destiny. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so kitchen witching or money magic? What's the next one we gonna talk about?
Nigga, is there a difference? Because my kitchen witching my money magic comes from my kitchen witching.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, well, no. Okay. Okay. No, that ain't. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let me group myself. Because I see what you did there. Okay. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Okay.
So when I said kitchen witching, I meant cooking.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I meant cook, but I see what you did there.
Yeah.
And you right.
Yeah.
Because you an alchemist too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but shit.
What?
Like shit, that's gonna come with that too. That kitchen with
But
that
that's what I was about to say. I
say.
said that shit is alchemy.
No, I'm talking about the cooking part. Like
what about it?
You said we talk about actual cooking, right?
Yeah,
like food,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Shit, that's gonna bring money too. Shit. Cafe. You lost.
Oh.
Yeah. You said if I ain't gonna do it, you don't think I'm gonna do it?
Hell nah. You ain't gonna be in no kitchen cooking. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Anyway.
I mean, sometimes.
Okay. So there is a difference.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want what we gonna talk about next? We gonna talk about kitchen witching or money magic? What you think?
I say kitchen witching.
You say kitchen witching?
Yep.
Okay, let me see if anybody responds.
Well, you know what everybody else
kitchen witching or money magic? I mean, you never know though. You never know.
Kitchen witching or money
let's
magic.
dive in there. You running shit. Ain't nobody said nothing.
Let's see.
You want to talk about kitchen witching? Let's talk about it.
Kitchen witching is the oldest root work of all times. You know what I'm saying? Like you go get in the kitchen and you go heal or you go destroy.
I can see. Ooh, damn.
You go balance or you go imbalance. Shit in the kitchen.
I never thought about that.
You know what I'm saying? Like
so fucked up food is kind of like a magical spell.
You could kill a nigga.
Yeah,
like you could kill a nigga with food. People get poisoned in food all the time, baby. What you talking about? People go poison your drinks, you dropping dead. People go poison that food.
No, that's a fact.
You
but
dropping dead.
I mean, like just cooking unhealthy meals. Though.
Oh yes, absolutely, that too. Yes.
Like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You like an evil witch and don't even know it.
Hello.
Because you're killing off your mate slowly with this food that's giving them high cholesterol, diabetes. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, that's why the other day
she said a word.
We were eating and Nydia had brought over some food. Shout out to Nydia.
Man,
love you,
shout
girl.
Out to Nydia, man.
She brought over some food and the food was so fucking good.
That was soul food.
And I told her, I said, this is self-love right here. You know what I'm saying? I said, this feels so good. Like, my body was like, bitch, damn, about time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it literally felt good. Like, my cells were happy and was so pleased. Food. You know what I'm saying? And then it made me carry it on for more days. Like, because it was like, my body was like, yeah, I liked that.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? That felt good. That, like our brain functioned good. Our body functioned good. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, kitchen witching is the oldest, that's the oldest gift of time.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the things that they gave to destroy us, we made into food to heal us.
You got to think, even now, business deals are made
in the kitchen over food.
Over food.
Breaking bread.
Like let's meet at a restaurant and have lunch together. This is like the food can determine whether that deal goes through or not.
Listen, I tell people all the time, if you come over here and you break bread, you in.
Yeah, you family then.
You in.
Yeah, you family.
Somehow, some way, if you done got a plate, I don't care if we cooked it or not. If we have literally sat here and now we're talking about food, we're getting ready to order, and you become a part of that. Like, if we throw you the,
we break it,
you eating,
you know what
I'm saying? Like, like,
what's good?
Like, because that's just a different level. Because we're hitting a different level of vulnerability. Because the way that you consume your food and digest your food is the way that you consume and digest information. You know what I'm saying? Now we're becoming in sync and we're vibing at a different frequency. You know what I'm saying?
Part of your human design.
We're vibing at a different frequency and we're raising a vibration and a consciousness between each other, and we're understanding and bonding and building a culture between each other. Yes, by eating. Because that is comfort for everybody. Everybody love to eat. Well, I guess I can't say. I gotta stop saying that shit. God damn, like that's one of the things that I'm working on.
Well, if they don't,
everybody
they've never had good food.
No, it made me think about people who have different ailments that don't allow for them to eat. Like anorexia, different things and shit like that. So it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Not everybody loves anything. Everybody is a nobody, right? It's never everybody. But I get what you mean though. Like most people, and the thing about it is what a lot of people don't know is again the part of magic and food is that your tongue and your taste buds are the fastest regenerating and changing cells in your body. Mm-hmm. So you can actually change your taste for foods. So, I don't like that. I don't like just keep eating it.
Yes, keep fucking doing it. Yes.
And you gonna fuck around, and one day you gonna be like, damn, I love this shit. Because I will tear a Brussels sprout ass up. He better not roll his ass across the street in front of me. Because I'm going to crisp his ass and dip him in something sweet.
Oh, my goodness. When I say that we are really Brussels sprout connoisseurs. You know what I'm saying? I told him literally, like, the other day, I was like, babe, I'm like, you know, I'm about to do something, like, and just expose us a little bit more, you know, and let people in or whatever. And he was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, you know, and I think that is going to have such a great impact in society or whatever, and amongst other things, you know, because I think that it'll be great for people to see what he eats and how he eats. You know what I'm saying? We be having kitchen battles and shit, right. You know. So that's a little magical thing that we get in there and do together. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be fun. So,
but yeah. Now going back to the kitchen witch, let me be clear: when we talking about magic, mystical art, sorcery, and we talking about kitchen witching in the food, how do you know? Is because people can feel. See, to get into the heavier and the bigger and the deeper and the darker and the magics, you first have to have that subtle feel. This is something that's required. That subtle, being able to pick up on the subtle things. And kitchen witching is one of those places where the subtlety, that subtle energy, emotion, and intention that you put into your food while people are eating and they're finished, it'll be a subtle conversation that's going across that will match. The energy will start being called out. Like, man, it was just something about that. That was, man, it was, yeah, I know, right? Don't it make you feel like it's just like nobody really does. But it's like, oh, like how when we ate that food that Nydia brought, everybody had a sense of gratefulness. Yes. It was like, that was refreshingly good. Like ain't had that type of love and healthiness and attention to taste buds in a meal all at the same time in so long. Yes. Right? Yes. And that is something that was magical. Yes. Yes. Some meals are just meals. Yep. And some meals are magical. Yes, absolutely. You know, that's what they used to say about grandma. She put her foot in it. Absolutely. Oh, speaking of. Okay. All right. Speaking of. Okay. So, you know, also, like she said, meals that heal. Yes. When you are dealing with a certain ailment or disease or disorder or toxicity or deficiency within your body, 30% of that shit is your diet. So if you have someone or you yourself are willing to prepare diet meals that are strictly in accordance to supporting that you are dealing with, a meal that heals consistently over 90 to 120 days, yo, this is a magical ritual. This is not just a spell, this is a ritual. Because you got to stick to it. And you got to do it over a certain amount of time. And that's where the magical herbs come in. See? And that's what I was going to say because... Yeah, let's talk about it. It goes beyond just what you're cooking in the kitchen for someone to consume. You know what I'm saying? And it reaches as far as actually what you're going in the kitchen for people to use as poultice, which is just things to place on top of your abdomen or a swollen area, as well as different tinctures, you know what I'm saying? Like, so going in the kitchen and preparing different things to heal on so many different levels, you know, whether it be a salve as well, you know, because these are things that do healing works. So
Yeah, it goes in. You know, kitchen witch and get down.
All right, so let me ask you this: is the use of herbology sorcery?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because and
Mm.
each individual thing have their own source. They are their own entity. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hell motherfucking
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. All
And you
right.
better
All
ask
right.
and you
Don't get
better
violent.
ask.
Don't get violent. Don't get violent.
Shoot.
I don't know. Violence gets views.
Violence does get views.
No, but no, that's a different way of thinking about that.
Yeah.
So now when we're looking at witches,
Mm-hmm.
and the idea of them using herbs and oils and tonics and tinctures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. So where does the rest of how we see witches come in at? Do they actually practice magic?
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
All different types too.
Okay. Talk about it.
You know what I'm
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Because
Like,
these haters scared to talk about it.
shit. Which one? It depends on what magic you want to talk about. I mean, you're gonna talk about fucking candle magic, fucking sex magic, fucking mirror magic. If you're gonna talk about elemental magic, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to talk about
You dropping it. You dropping
oh my goodness, what is the I guess that would be a part of elemental.
I have used a healing spell during one of my clients treatment or journeys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, invocation magic.
Oh, for sure.
Sound magic.
Sure. Sound magic. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. So let's drop something on them. We always got to give the people something that they can do, right? Color therapy magic.
Oh.
Color magic. So check it out, y'all.
Yes, wearing.
So what you want to do is that too, but I'm gonna drop this one on the You want to take 7 clear glass jugs, a gallon to 5 gallon, however much you want to get. You want to get clear jugs. You want to get 7 of them, and then you want to go and you want to get all of the 7 chakra colors. What they call it, cellophane tape, wrap, the stuff that goes on Easter baskets.
Styrofoam.
Nah, not styrofoams.
Styrofoam.
It's like
cellophane.
Cellophane. Thank you. Cellophane, right? The wrappings, right, of the 7 different colors. Get them as precise as possible as you can get them. And you fill your glass container up, okay? All of them to the top except for one. One of them, only fill it up 2/3 of the way, okay? So you take all of the colors once you fill up all your jugs and you wrap them around these jugs. The one that you filled up only 2/3 of the way, that's for yellow. I'll get back to that. So you wrap all of these glass jugs in these color cellophane and put them outside in a place where they will get as much sun as possible for 7 days minimum. Okay? So now what you have done is you have charged this water as the rays of those color frequencies. So just like we have certain herbs that based off their colors sometimes will do different things, same thing in this water. Now you have this color infused water. So this can be for the color therapy, as you said, of when you're wearing certain colors, you're eating certain colors, and you're consuming certain colors. Also, if you are going through balancing of such, now you can focus in on certain areas and drinking that water of that frequency or color while you're focusing there during that day. Now, why was the yellow one only filled 2/3 of the way?
Because then you can take the other chakra ones and pour it in the yellow one to give yourself a boost or something, because maybe most people have issues there and there.
No.
Oh, well, why?
Because the yellow will explode.
Mm.
and think about the yellow and how it's most commonly connected with gaseous.
Mm.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm.
Something about that yellow.
That's so funny.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Mm.
invite y'all to yeah.
I was just thinking about I was watching this thing or whatever, and they was doing like different color theory experiments with how these colors absorb like UV rays or sun or just light and yeah, the UV rays from the sun. And it was saying like, you know, like the black balloon, like it was just like it absorbed it the fastest or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like different things, it was like making it pop, 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 pop. And the white, it was like it didn't bother it none. The white stayed the same temperature because it absorbs the sun the best, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But it was like it was very interesting
Mm-hmm.
experiment that they was doing, but it made me think of that when you like the yellow, like, oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
So that's a very powerful little thing to have in your arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, don't sleep on it.
That's
So
true.
if you, I invite y'all to go ahead and try that magical spell out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because that's kind of, dealing with a few things, and tapping into a few things and see what you find.
Mm-hmm.
Drink that and meditate on that. I mean, it's so many ways to go about that. It's crazy. I'm telling y'all. Do you a little microdose, maybe pop you 2 or 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? Drink down on the glass. Even if you're doing like a diet with the colors, make the orange when you squeezing out the citruses and use the, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of the yellow, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, like experiment with it, but also see how those properties cause your different body to your feel to your body responds to those different ones. Yeah, so very interesting thing, just dealing with that color magic. We dealt with the kitchen witching.
Yes.
So yeah, you dropped it, the tonics, the tinctures, right? All of those different things. Side note, magic.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I said magic.
Okay.
Makeup.
Oh, glamour magic.
Yes.
We did not talk about that.
Right. Glamour magic.
Yes. Haircuts.
That's a real big one
Hairdos
that people are so into and practice so much and are not even aware that they're practicing magic.
Yes.
You
see his glamour magic. Look at him.
Yeah, I mean,
he got all
she be stepping my game up and shit, y'all.
Got all
I be trying not to do it because I know I got glamour magic as a gift. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, I try not to do too much because I might start doing a lot. You feel me? I am a Leo, you know what I'm saying? So I be trying not to be too, but sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah.
But yo, on some real ish though, like, when women used to walk into a room and all the fellas is playing poker and drinking scotch and punching each other in the face, because apparently, based off of how they show us on TV, this is what we used to do to hang out with each other, which I did emulate in the military, so I can't argue with a lot. But anyway, and all of this is going on, and then the woman walks in the room, and then everybody's like, and we just stunned, and we just looking like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? That's glamour magic. She has placed a lot of things on and altered her appearance.
Okay.
This is glamour magic. This is something that used to be practiced by witches of the time. You know what I'm saying? Now they put it out and just have this on the shelves and have it right there in the stores. And the whole ideology and understanding of what this actually was at one point in time has been totally transformed and utilized in different ways. And so people are misunderstanding what this ever was in the first place. It was glamour magic. There's the external and there's the internal. The applied, like we was just talking about, and then there's the internal, which is what vampires do. If you watch vampire movies, you'll see they'll walk up and they'll look that person in the eyes and get a real deep connection, and then they'll place the thoughts into the minds of the people, and then they'll come up out of the trance, and the people will be locked in, and we'll be doing or maneuvering or bringing about the wishes that the vampire places in their mind and shit, right? And they call it glamorizing. This is a gift and ability, you know what I'm saying, of people. So, this is again what we're talking about. Some people practice magic, and some people um, have it naturally.
Yeah.
This was something that was natural for me, it wasn't so I had to become aware of it because it was a weird thing when it was like actually locking in, like, you know what I'm saying, making that connection and shit, like when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I also knew that I was going to have to pay for every time. Once I realized it, I knew that there was a consequence to that. And I experienced it. I experienced it. And that's the thing to keep in mind about any magic, mystical arts or sorcery, is what is the price for the utilization or exercise. That's why I'm not real quick to run to my magic. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'd rather get it off the muscle of being a man or having whatever quality within me, you know what I'm saying, physically, mentally, or emotionally, to pull something off and tap it into the magical realms. Because it's like, shit, let me at least have studied and been on this and know what the price is that I'm going to be paying or sacrificing for what I'm doing, you know? Because again, we got to be more careful, you know? Oh man, what else? Anything else? Money magic.
Money magic. Yes. But I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I can't think of what it would be called. When you're writing it. You know what I'm saying?
Spells.
Oh, that's it. Spells.
Petitions.
Okay. Maybe that's what.
So it depends. Yeah. Oh man. So like, oh my goodness, so many things coming to mind. Okay, but money magic, But then you said but then you said the things that's written. I was thinking calligraphy.
Yeah.
I was thinking calligraphy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Money magic.
I love money magic. And it's not, I don't necessarily feel like I do money magic for real. Like I do make money magic oils and stuff or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not big on asking for money though. Like, you know what I'm saying, in my magics or whatever. Like it just be kind of like, that's gonna come or whatever, But I do like to give big offerings. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I kind of do my money magic. I give. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, nah, like, let me take care of y'all. Here is y'all blessing. And I try to do it very regularly, especially if I have the supplies, I'm doing my shit daily. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like, I know what we spend daily or whatever. And I kind of look at that realm's the same, as above, so below. So, yeah.
So I guess I haven't done direct straight money magic. I've done some quinoa fu, so where money and it's like instead of money, it'd be like it's I guess it's funny because it's like I know how to make money. It's the things that I utilize to make money with that I be needing. So it's like, I'd be more direct of these types of things. So with those, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I was like, that's funny. I had to think about it. Like, but okay, I do money magic when you pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we definitely know about that.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. Like, yo, that birth control. Not birth control. That what is it called? Pregnancy.
It's the pregnancy test.
Test. Yes. That pregnancy test with the positive on it, fellas. You got one of them? You need to come talk to me because I got a cold magical spell. But you know what's funny?
And it works.
You know what's
every
funny?
Time.
Is we talking about magic, mystical arts, sorcery?
Yeah.
We ain't spoken about the mushrooms at all. And I'm gonna walk off for a minute, like I just dropped the microphone, and I'm gonna let you take
I'm
on
cracking the fuck up. Like, get out of here. Okay, so mushrooms, I'm gonna automatically, instantly say that they are magical, mystical, and they're definitely sorcery as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they just hold all of the qualities, they allow for all of those things to be manifested. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and it's a great way to source into that arena if you're unfamiliar, if you are trying to get a better connection and a better understanding of what magic, mystical arts, or sorcery is, the mushroom is a great introduction into that to get a better understanding of those things, you know. So, yeah, I guess that's where I would come from with it, you know, microdosing to get an understanding of what level you're at and what your abilities or gifts may be. So you'll have a better understanding of how to tap into those realms, you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, but I think that's pretty much about it on how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as long winded. I kind of get straight to the point about how I feel, you know, and then he usually is controversial with that. So yeah. hmm I'm sure that he wants me to talk about um the levels that you can go to. So let me see if I can think about that. If we're gonna go through levels of which grammage that you would use, I would say that it would depends on if you're gonna be doing magic, mystical arts, or sorcery, and if you're going to like what you're trying to pull through. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're gonna be doing. That's what is gonna determine.
mushrooms and chonga.
I told them that, you know, mushrooms is all three. It's mystical, magical, and it's sorcery. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, for sure.
I was just talking about like where you can tap in, and I'm like microdosing to allow you to kind of get an understanding of where your abilities and your gifts lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you tapping into the excuse me, higher sources, and then you'll get a better look into like how do I want to navigate this? Like, what am I about to do? Am I about to do some magic real quick? Like, if I'm about to do some magic, how many grams do I need to take? Do I need to take grams at all? Like, can I just do like small macro doses? You know. So that's where I was at with it. And I told him, you know, I'm not as long winded as you are, you know, so I kind of like hit, and I was done.
Okay.
And then I sipped some tea.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Came in, dropped it, and sat back.
Yeah.
So it depends on whether you're doing a spell, you're doing an invocation, you're doing a petition, you're doing some shadow work, you're doing some mirror magic, or you again dealing with some sorcery and trying to change the the realm of reality that everybody sees. Let me be clear. You know, because I do see a difference in what I might call the mirror realm or the reality of self and the shared reality. So when you start altering the shared reality, that's what a lot of people might refer to as, I guess, just magic, right? As opposed to creation within the self or the mindset. Is levels to this, so you would have to be a practitioner, understood what I just said. But for those y'all with me, y'all with me. If not, hit me up. Let's talk about this. But going back into it, I'm saying all that to say that light work magic or quick spell work or things that don't take long, Changa is beautiful for. Changa would be the entheogen of choice for that. Um, Now, going into creating, altering reality, going to different dimensions, things like that, that's where I would go into the mushrooms. So that's definitely a clear difference, you know. But they're both important in the realms of as a practitioner. So if you have not uh, experienced um, either one of those, I invite you to maybe lean into that possibility. If you are a practitioner of magic, mystical arts, or sorcery, and you've never tapped in with changa, with mushrooms, with things of this nature, um, I have to be 100% honest because, you know, I hope I don't just hurt nobody's feeling. This is not disrespect. So if you're offended, it's a personal thing. But I would question the validity and the power of your magic. If you're not tapping into interdimensional realms, then yeah, I would be skeptical of your magic.
Because what is you sourcing?
Yeah, I'm just, I ain't trying to diss. I'm just being 100. I hear a lot of people say I can do that without the mushrooms. Let me be very clear. I started out meditating before I ever did any infusions, and I do transcend when I meditate. So with that being said, it's still nothing in comparison to what I have achieved with the usage of the psilocybin mushrooms, the ayahuasca, all of these things together, but mainly the mushrooms, to be 100. The mushrooms are extraterrestrial. A lot of other plant medicine is terrestrial, so it's from the planet, so it helps with a lot of things within. But them psilocybin mushrooms, baby.
What about them, baby?
Man, some of the things that I done seen and brought back and witnessed and did, and I mean, it was, man, me doing that without the mushrooms, I'm not seeing that possibility. It might be there, but I don't see it.
Yeah, definitely when I started taking the mushrooms and LSD as well, I started taking in and understanding my magic way better, way more. I started connecting at a completely different level. You know what I'm saying? It was wow. Baby, you got to go get your chips first. So yeah, I definitely tapped in more. I was able to see way clearer. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew the perfect time to do what I was supposed to do. It made me have it clicked something internally for me to know how to operate within the magical realm, within the mystical realm, within the sorcery realm. It was just like it showed me all of the levels and the layers. So yeah, it's a beautiful process for sure.
And see, that's what we've been talking about. What we mean when we're talking about spiritual security clearances. Mm-hmm. Because okay, we're talking about magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. And remember how all of this started was about spirituality and magic being the religion to people who are spiritual. Mm-hmm. But we have not yet spoken about magic and spirituality.
I didn't know we were.
Well, I'm just saying, if magic is the religion of individuals in the spiritual, and we said magic is our religion. Yes. How is that? Right? How does magic and spirituality come together? That's a very good question. It's a very good question.
How does magic and spirituality come together? Let me see how we woo. Okay, so magic and spirituality comes together for me as the unity of different items as well as invocations, and ritual practice. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think that's how I want to play that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how I would do that. What about you?
So for me, the idea of divine linkage comes from the magical teaching. Okay? And this divine linkage...
I was saying peace.
Okay. This divine linkage is bringing your character, your spirit, and your soul all into alignment and have them operating on one accord. For maximum magic, mystical arts, and sorcery, this is at the root of all of that. Your divine linkage. So with that being said, me as the person that I am, the character that I am, to be truly powerful, I have to tap into the spirit or the vibration that's natural to me.
Okay.
That
Okay.
spirit or vibration has to be rooted
Mm-hmm.
in integrity and love.
Ashe.
Okay?
Okay.
So now that is the exercising principles that I'm using to connect with my soul.
Okay.
So I must practice these things that are in alignment in that divine linkage.
Okay.
That boom,
Mm-hmm.
that love,
Mm-hmm.
the principles that I have found myself, created in.
Yeah.
And when I do that, then I am going to be in tune with the spirit of myself.
Mm.
Not just as I am,
Yeah.
but as above, my higher self.
Right.
Because of that divine linkage. Remember, it's
Mm-hmm.
character to self, to spirit to soul. So, with that being said, I'm spiritual, but that's why I say I'm an independent contractor.
Right.
Because it's independent of the soul that I am in connection with.
Absolutely.
This is something that has to be accomplished.
Right. It has to be self-expressed.
Yes.
Right.
This has to be very
Strategic.
attention and intention.
Yes.
To pull off.
Yes.
To achieve. This is something you have to work on. This is like how the Buddhists
Go get it.
have their practices to calm them and to tap them in.
It's still up there. Go get it.
It's the same thing, except I live in an urban environment. And I bear witness that I have reached these states based off my ability to transcend in meditation.
Mm-hmm. I share. Okay.
And so when we talk about spiritual security clearances, my ability to reach these states of consciousness and to connect with these different entities, right,
mm-hmm.
is where it's like, okay, now that you know how to conduct yourself without, here's how to do it quickly.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And hold that for a while. So now, going repeatedly on these trips over and over and over again,
mm-hmm.
and becoming one with all of this extra dimensional works going on and being next and involved in and getting a recognition as of such. So it's like the ability to tap into and utilize this information is a lot more accessible. It's like when you have a security clearance in the government. You can walk into an office and say, give me the files on so and so and so and so.
Right, right.
And some people will be like, yo, your security clearance isn't high enough to get that. Well, there's ways to get those security clearances. Mm-hmm. There's things you got to go through. You got to be verified, certified, checked out, make sure that you are qualified to and will uphold these things that will be given in the correct manners. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, is a lot of individuals are just not passing their security clearances.
Right, that's what I was about to say, and that's the thing when going into these different entheogenic realms or whatever. It's like you have to be able to have a certain level of security in order to even understand some of the things that people were talking about in their trip experiences. And this is why we tell people to be mindful of sharing your trip experience, because your trip experience is not going to be their trip experience.
That's right.
Or their trip experience.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, we are all coexisting in this realm, but we are very individual, and we have our own experiences to go through, and experiences that we've already had. So when it comes to getting to the point where you're traveling or whatever, just be mindful of what you're telling somebody, because they ain't gonna have that same experience. They ain't gonna see Godzilla as they mother in 3 lifetimes ago. I'm just saying.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So,
yeah, real big. Yeah, but that security clearance, that's where like you become a practitioner.
Yeah.
If you're a magical practitioner, then you need to be using the magical mushrooms ritualistically. So meaning like once every month, once every other month, like there needs to be an actual like time to be accountable for.
You can sit on the couch.
There's accountability involved in all of this. But you need to be, keep tapping in and keep going in. And the more you go in, the higher your security clearance get. Now, let me be clear. There's other things than just going in and doing the mushrooms. There's also doing the works. This is why you have individuals who you will see be going through all this growth and development, different diets. It might cause you to become a vegan or a vegetarian at one point in time. You'll be on a trip and it'll tell you why you in there. Stop eating that shit.
Yes. Oh my
Stop eating
God.
that shit. And so for the next, it might
Oh
be
my
a year,
God.
2 years, 3 years, however long, you not gonna eat that shit.
Listen, I had microdose one day. Listen to me, microdose one day, and we had went to a restaurant and get some food. I couldn't take it. We was sitting there and I was getting sick. Like I had bitter. I was like, I can't even do it. Like my body was like, "Bitch, why are you eating this shit?" It was like, damn. Like I literally heard it. Like, you know better. Cut it out. You know, it was like, all right, cool. So yes, the communication level that opens up in those realms, phenomenal.
Right.
Phenomenal.
You might go through abstinence.
Oh my God.
Celibacy.
Yes.
You might go through. I went through about where I didn't listen to no music made by black people. For like 6 months. So I was listening to country. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And oh wow,
they have great music.
Oh, what I'm telling you all, music and magic. Oh, how do we not speak?
That's another one of the ancient magics that we use with cooking. You know what I'm saying? Kitchen witch and the music.
Listen, y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. See how I'm talking about the subtleties? Mm-hmm. Before we get into the deep, hard, difficult magics and the things that people going, oh my goodness, this really happened. Let's talk about the subtle shit.
Right.
Are you taking force and control of the subtle magics in your life? There's music that I'm playing that this is what we're playing around here.
Right.
We don't play with music around here.
Nope.
Real shit. We don't play with music around here. We will tell you to turn some shit off in a minute, in a second. There's certain shit that never gets played in this house. There's certain shit that plays repeatedly in this house. Okay. Like, damn. Like, even when we're doing our healing works, doing Cambo. Anybody ever experienced Cambo here, y'all know what you gonna hear. And y'all know that there's a magic in it because a lot of y'all have reported that when you feel a certain types of way and you put that song on, you can feel the Cambo activate and start working with and for you. That's what we talking about. Music is invocations. Music covers so many different magical descriptions, it ain't even funny. Music is one of my favorite magics because of the subtlety of it. Come on, man. My pops used to tell me, hey, man, be careful who you sit in a dim lit room and listen to R&B around. Yeah. Think about that. Be careful who you sit in a dim lit room with and listen to R&B around. Add an entheogen or a light drink, and we already know what's going on. Why? Because of the magic of the music. Think about different places you've gone and the music that you put on to motivate you into whatever it was that you was about to go do. That's what we talking about. Again, that subtlety. That subtlety in magic. Okay? So check it. If you want to know what the magical mindset is that you have to do magic that we was talking about when we first started, and I said, do you have to have a magical mindset? Yes, you do. So I want y'all to close your eyes. I'm going to show y'all something when we talk about subtlety. Okay? I want y'all to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. And I want you to just relax. Take 3 deep breaths. Three deep breaths. And I want you to think to yourself, filling your lungs fill up with air. Keep your eyes closed. Filling your lungs fill up with air and breathing and feeling what it means to breathe. And remembering that before you ever took your first breath, you was in the womb of your mother for 9 months. and you could not inhale like you just did. So if you close your eyes and you think, how did I breathe then? I just want you to think about that. Just pause right there where you at. Right there where your mind is at. Right there where your mentals went when you was thinking that. That's where magic comes from. And the answer to that question is also where magic comes from. Think about that. Blindfold yourselves. Magic is on the other side of a blindfold. This is the subtleties that I'm talking about. This is why you have to be a practitioner, because at first it don't make sense. But once you practice and you practice and you practice, and then I'll say this, take you 2 to 3 microdoses, and once they kick in, then blindfold yourself and feel your thoughts and look where they go and ask yourself that same question that we just asked. How did I breathe in my mother's womb before I was birthed and breathed air through my lungs? You're tracing back to some of the deepest parts of yourself and your existence. Because we are spiritual entities going through a what? Physical experience. But let me be clear. The goal is to tap into the spirit and to be able to use it in this physical experience. See? You see what I'm talking about? This is where the divine linkage comes in. This is where the boom comes in. This is where the connection with the earth comes in. All of these things is going to increase your magical practices and abilities to manifest, because they are in tune with is what already in the magnetic consciousness of the earth. The more in tune you are with the earth, the more your magical abilities will be stronger. A lot of y'all ain't got no magic because you litter.
Oh,
Punks.
okay.
A lot of y'all ain't got no magic because you litter.
Literally.
Literally.
Literally. That's so disrespectful.
A lot of y'all ain't got no magic because you fear or are harmful to nature. Animals.
That's what I was about to say, whether it's the animals, the plants.
You know what I'm saying? You harmful and destructive to nature. That's why your magic is weak. This is what we're talking about when we're saying security clearances and going in on these different entheogens. Because it's checking your temperature. How do you treat nature? Mm-hmm. What is your relationship with the planet Earth? Mm-hmm. What is your relationship with water?
Right.
What is your relationship with diet and your nutrition, and with your own physical body? What is your relationship with, and it just go, these are the things that are happening when you're going in on these trips. That's why people come out and change their diets, change their names, change their clothes, change their walks. They know things you don't know. And when these things are not being done, and you're not holding yourself accountable for what's being asked, all right, what you think is happening? I ain't gonna paint no pictures. Okay. I ain't gonna tell you nothing to say I lied to you, but I can tell you what. You know what I'm saying? They coming for theirs. I was about to say, you feel me? They coming for theirs, baby. So something will be taken away. Mm-hmm. I will say that. Something will be, even if it was what was given from them. Mm-hmm. Every time I had a gift or an ability revealed to me, it a lot of times came with things that was uncomfortable, but I would follow through. Mm-hmm. She had a trip and went raw vegan. Exactly. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. That right there was an initiation of rites of passage. Yeah. And the fact that you did it, there was something that was given to you that we might not know about. Right. whether there was a gift, an ability, that something was healed.
Right.
Because sometimes it's reading what's in you and it's telling you what you need to fix it. People want to know, how do people go on trips and cure cancer? They didn't cure cancer. They was revealed what they had and what they need to do to eliminate, reverse, or get it out. And they followed. That's what we mean when we say it ain't just about taking trips. It's following up on these things. Mm-hmm. Now, the question in talking about magic and spirituality is this. If the spirit told you what you need to do, are you going to do it?
Are you going to fucking do it? It's about being obedient. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Are you going to do it?
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That's what spirituality is about.
I had a test the other day. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh my God, like I can't believe this. I got my ass in there and did it or whatever. I was like, this is about to be a whole ass, mess, because sometimes spirituality gets messy. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, but that's okay because you just clean it up.
That's where some people went to sacrifices and things like that. Like shit, when you see them people sacrificing the bird or the chicken or whatever, okay, think it's a game. That's some higher level ish right there.
Right.
But if you ain't got the ability to be responsible with the foods you eat and the things you put on and in your body, what makes you think we gonna give you? Not we. Anybody is going to give you the responsibility. The powers to do things like that, to change the actual reality that we share, to take the life of an animal, to be able to manifest, bring about money, to be able to heal the sick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to, it's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you want to be able to tap into the magical realms? Is it just for self? Because I've housed people, right? We've healed people. We've housed people who didn't have a place to stay. We've fed people who didn't have food to eat.
Nairobi.
You know what I'm saying? We've given medicines to those who couldn't afford them. Like, this is where things come in at, where it's like, it's not just the taking mushrooms. It's not just doing the spell. This is what we mean when we say practitioner and living the life of. Magic being a religion to keep you on point. Sacrifice.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes sacrifice ain't an animal, it's a plant. You ever went and burned pounds and pounds of weed?
Oh my God.
I say ounces. I don't know how many pounds it might have been.
Listen.
But it was damn sure some pounds in there.
Listen, I ain't not even that, but when we moved and I had to give plants away.
That okay, giving gifts. Yeah, no, I'm talking about just okay. What you think okay.
Hell
okay.
Yeah, it's
all
mine.
Right.
It's my
thing.
That. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, I had to sacrifice my babies that I've been taking care of for all this time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know burning all them zips. That was definitely a sacrifice. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all different types of magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. See? Because on some mystical arts, okay, now, instead of sacrifice, like I was just saying, of burning or animals, or even ancestral money, let's talk about the mystical arts practice of burying certain animals, burying certain carcasses that you find on the roadside. Yeah. This is. You ate all your chips? All right. That's what they was there for, baby. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Yo, so yeah, burying animals that are found dead. That is a magic or a mystical. I would call that a mystical arts. That's not magic. That's mystical arts. That is the mystical arts practices that can increase your boon, increase your favor with the planet. You know what I'm saying? And with the celestials. You know what I'm saying? And possibly some terrestrials. What did all that mean? See what I'm saying? It's levels to this. And I'm really enjoying this conversation. And I'm glad that we had the discussion on the last talk of the difference in magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. And I'm glad that we was able to tap into all of this. Sometimes the sacrifice is a lifestyle. Okay. But is it mystical arts a way to practice magic? Um, so mystical arts is a different type of approaching what some will refer to as magic. We use magic as a blanket terminology, but there are different types of magic, and that's what we was talking about in this. So, magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. Magic is manipulating the energies to bring about the desired outcome. Mystical arts is becoming one with particular energies to alter the outcome. And sorcery is using another source of power to force the outcome or to achieve the outcome that you have desired. So, magic, mystical arts, and sorcery at the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, where we teach magic as well as study and practice magic. Those are three different things, and we will break them down as such that I just broke down. I missed the beginning. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. That's why I just walked you through it again. I want you to be with us. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, educate us.
You know what I'm saying?
Why you can't see it this time?
It's
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just so low that I can't see the last comment. Yeah. So yeah. So magic, mystical arts, and sorcery. Magic is a blanket term, and then you have alchemy. At the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, you have to go through the alchemy itself first before we even go into magic, mystical arts, and or sorcery. You first must learn alchemy because it's the beginning of understanding the powers that you have. And once you perform alchemy, not only on plants or animals or substances, but on yourself, then you understand how powerful these magic teachings are. So it's easier to teach somebody who's already worked out for a week that they can achieve what they want as opposed to somebody who's never worked out. So it's kind of our putting you through the introduction to like you're learning, and then as you're learning you're discovering, and then no, you're playing, and as you're playing you're discovering, and as you discover you're learning. And now that you've learned, now when we come back and say, remember how you learned it? Yeah. All right, that is the beginning of this. Now you can do this. And as we go deeper, now there's no doubt within your mind. Because if you're still doubting, there's no need to even step into magic, mystical arts, or sorcery. Period. So that's the first thing you got to remove. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the alchemy comes in. So that would be another thing. And then we spoke about gifts and abilities, and how gifts are given to you as you choose to do with integrity.
With integrity.
Right.
Okay.
Right. But abilities, points. Your abilities are given to you for everybody. And those is what you have to respond to. That's why they call them responsibilities.
She said, when do y'all go live? Is it consistent? I like it here.
It's not real consistent because we did one earlier today and was like, let's do a second one.
Well,
and then we've had days where we haven't done them, so we kind of hit or miss.
We have something coming up though that will be
consistent,
more consistent. Yes.
Yeah, but our lives, they're motivated by just our interaction with our peoples. You know, and so the talks of magic, mystical arts, and sorcery came up because we were talking about spirituality versus religion.
Yes.
That was the last video.
Yeah, she was in the last one. That's cool. Moon the Empress.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it just sparked us to do a second one. And so, you know, that just caused us to go deep in on right now magic, mystical arts, and sorcery.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions, comments, questions, concerns,
this was a good one, baby. We've been on for about 2 hours, so this was good. That first part, I highly invite you to go back and check the beginning. You know, once this is over, you know, because we tapped in on a few things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah.
And then the protection arts.
Listen.
Yeah, that's your shit. Go ahead and give me some. Yeah, that protection arts. And see, this is going deeper into magic. Like I said, it depends on how deep you go into it. Us being practitioners, we got rabbit holes. We got rabbit holes.
Yeah. When it comes to protection, I think that it's something that everyone should be a part of, get done for their family or do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? If you if you are interested in having that service done for you,
right? Because see, let me just be like, let me tell you what I was thinking.
We can't even really
speak on too deep because it's kind of like security systems. Thank you.
Thank you.
You don't want to announce what kind of security system you have in your house. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that. So that's why it's like how.
So protection is one of those things that it's you protecting your family, you protecting yourself, your business, your home, whatever, but going in deep, So yeah.
You know what just came to mind was one of the rules of magic.
What's that?
Observation of reality immediately alters that reality. Observation of reality immediately alters that reality. This is why when you do a spell and you do some magic and you lay down your sauce and you close that pit, you don't look at it
it's a box
again. Because when you did what you did, you had intentions, you had a vision, you had clarity, and that's what you placed when you did it. Anytime you look at it again, it's because there's some type of doubt in your mind.
Yep.
And when you look at it again, you implement and inject that doubt into your magic. Immediately, you alter that reality. This is how a lot of people fuck up relationships, jobs, friendships, because their magic is too strong. And you are looking at shit in your mind. What if they doing this? What if they doing that? Oh, I bet this is going on. I bet that's going on. And as you're saying these things, you are literally injecting and interjecting into the magic spell that you were supposed to have put down of success or whatever it was you're dealing with. I have success in my relationships. I have success in my businesses. I have success in the raising of my children. I have success in whatever it is that I see. So I don't need to go back and look at it again, because that creates anxiety. That creates anxiety, which is a clear physical description of you fucking up your magic. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? So understand that. When you lay down, when you place, when you do, when you inject, when you create the reality that you're about to manifest, that's it. When you do your magic, you don't need to go and check it. When you put that pot on and say, I'm going to let it simmer for 60 minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off and leave it right there, and it's going to be perfect, that's all you need to do. You don't never need to lift that motherfucker. Every time you lift that top off that pot, you fucking up your magic.
Oh my goodness. It's like cooking rice, baby. Don't you
do it.
Pull that top off that pot.
You got it.
Y'all want to know how you make rice? Y'all be fucking it up because y'all be messing with it too much. Leave it alone.
Yeah,
Leave it alone.
Hey, man, we just wanted to kick it a little bit. If we got anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns about anything?
She said, I need the protection arts. Also, if your partner has her own page, we need that. Yes, I do. My page is at Ifeche Speaks. It's IFECHISPEAKS. And then as far as the protection arts, it's houseofgenesis.org. You can log on there, and it has 2 different options for some protection stuff that I got going on. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to hit me up in my inbox, and I'll get back with you immediately.
Or log on and get a consultation.
Absolutely. I'll
houseofgenesis.org.
Yes, I'll put the link to the website in the bottom. She said, "Gotta know what's cooking." Yeah, be sure to sign up for our email list. Every time, all the time, it'll let you know what we got coming up, what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? So,
and let me just be honest. We get on here, we kick it, we build, we talk, we go through a lot. Most people find their blessings on actually one-on-ones with us.
Yes.
So I invite you to go ahead and hit houseofgenesis.org and sign up for a consultation.
Yes.
Because when we talk to you directly, a lot is uncovered. And then we can kind of tell you about different options that we have, different walks, different things. Like it.
Because to each their own. Yes. You know, everybody is very individual, and we customize per individual.
Yes, so you definitely want to get a one-on-one with us.
For sure. And then if you are in the Detroit, Michigan area and you want your consultation to be in person, you have that option.
Yep, we could do a cushion coffee with a cat. Bust down some that
be sure that you if you do select when you do the consultation, just say you want it in person.
Yes.
Yes, houseofgenesis.org. Thank you. Yeah. Can I pin that? Let me see. Will it let me?
Oh, there you go. Pin comment.
Boom.
Oh,
yes.
She just taught me something.
Thank you.
Man, yeah, man. We love what we do.
Yes,
we love
absolutely.
Connecting with the peoples. We nice.
Oh, for sure.
We nice.
Oh, for sure.
We definitely take people who are not where they feel like they want to be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And get you on the right track.
Yeah. Oh, I got something so big coming up for y'all. Like,
oh, man.
Just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. You know, next year is gonna be really, 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 really lit. You know, and listen, I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
I have to, babe.
Okay.
I am throwing a huge New Year's Eve party. That's it. All are welcome.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All are welcome.
There it is.
All of the details will be dropped.
You heard it here first.
You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be 2025 is what I'm saying, going into 2026, New Year's Eve of 2025. Okay, so y'all have over a year to prepare yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be ignorant. Ignorant.
I just thought about something.
Oh, baby.
Snake venom. Mystical arts practice.
Oh, for sure.
How do we not talk about that?
And wouldn't that be sorcery as well?
You know what? I said that with the walking with the spirit, walking with the animal spirits.
Yeah.
Cambo to cleanse your system.
Yeah.
Snake venom to bioengineer. Yeah. And then the bufo shut and resets you back in the heart of God. Like,
I'm
you tapping into all the sources of the earth.
Yeah.
The animal kingdoms, especially. Yeah. So yes, and that is, if y'all ain't walked with the animal spirit realms, I advise you to tap in.
I am about to take my finale walk.
Hey man, we here. It's a lot of things, y'all. It's a lot.
Hey,
of things.
If y'all want a bufo ceremony in Detroit, drop a number 7 in the comments. Tag your friends and ask them, and we'll possibly make that happen.
Yeah. I can make myself available for that. I could do that.
I control the schedule.
She does. She does. She does.
So yeah, if y'all are interested though, for real, in a bufo ceremony, let us know. If you are interested,
to do a live talking about the Cambo, snake venom, and bufo all in one.
Yes.
Like giving people the understanding of that. Oh my goodness.
If y'all are interested in having us come out to y'all city to inform your friends, family, colleagues, whatever, about some of the alternative works that we do, hit us up.
Yes, if you want to host us, because the host gets fees from the people who sign up for ceremony.
Affiliate.
So yeah, if you want to host us, you want to throw something in your village.
I'm not in Detroit, but I travel. Where you at, baby? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
you can either come here or you can host something in your community, and we'll come and teach, do a couple lectures, do some work with your peoples.
Yeah.
We do both.
Yes, we love to travel.
We do private ceremonies where y'all come in, or we travel to other people's cities. In Virginia. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get out there anyway.
You know what? That's what I was about to say. That DMV area, we've been
playing with it.
Yeah, we've been playing with it. But we
time
will
to make something happen.
Yes, we will be there next year. Maybe during that time we'll plan something since we already coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, hit us up if y'all want to host the show. We'll give you information on the packages, how they set up, and how your fees will come in, and what you could possibly do. Yeah. And sometimes it even works out to where you get your works for free. So yeah, kick it with us, talk to us. Yeah. Figure out what we got going and what we can get going in your community. Yeah. But other than that, I think we're gonna go ahead and bring it to a close. We done gave y'all 2 hours of Raw. You could have watched the matinee movie, some Marvel shit.
But you decided
to kick it with us.
How grateful we are.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, tell somebody you love them
in a language that they can understand it in.
Peace.
Peace.